Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
Celebrating 10 years of award-winning car talk, it's In Wheel Time, your go-to all things automotive place. Today, coming to you live from the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruize-in out here at the Lupe Tortilla Mexican restaurant on 99, the Grand Parkway, and Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world Mars, King Conrad DeLong, Jeff Zekin, David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us on this Saturday. Hey, wanted to tell you, remind you a couple of things that are coming up. April the 3rd is opening race day out at Houston Motorsports Park. That's the Roundy Round race, the 3/8 mile and
Gulf Coast Racing Series.
That's right. And Gina Shile-Knowles will be on our show next week. She's going to tell us all about that. And also wanted to let you know that the Mopar Express Lane NHRA Spring Nationals presented by Pennzoil are coming your way May the 21st through the 23rd in the Houston suburb of Baytown. Get your tickets now. Well, Mr. Mars, who do you got over there in the hot seat?
You know, last year we were here. We talked to this gentleman before, and he's got such an interesting collection of cars. He's rolling out here in this 68 Bel Air that came rolling up.
Yeah, I heard it.
With this monster 307. That's what it said
It
on
looked,
the side of it. It's like a 307.
307. It sounded like, a 497 is what it sounded like.
Yeah, well, I'm going to let Gary Bartlett tell us about his vehicle here.
Gary, so apparently it sounds like a bit bigger than it really is.
Yeah, it's a by NASCAR rules, it's a 358 cubic inch
Yeah.
NASCAR Cup engine, an SB 2.2.
It's a NASCAR engine. Oh, my God. Well, dude, it sounds like a NASCAR engine.
It's been detuned.
Detuned in what way?
A little smaller cam and dropped the compression ratio from 14 to 1 to 12 to, or to 10 to 1.
Well, that's good. So you can use
Make it
pump,
drivable in the
I was
street.
going to say you can
gas.
use some pump gas in it.
Yeah, it's marginal, but yes.
Yeah.
So what?
And you better have a tanker behind you.
What kind of gas mileage you get in it?
Yeah, I think
Who
6,
cares?
maybe.
Yeah.
6. Oh, okay.
It makes peak power at 7,800 RPMs.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. God.
Peak torque at 6,400, so it's in a sweet spot at 6.
What kind of gear you running on the rear?
450.
That's just to keep it in the sweet spot, though,
Oh yeah,
right?
9-inch Ford.
9-inch Ford rear end.
So what compelled you to build this car?
I didn't build it. I bought it.
You
at,
bought it.
I bought it at Kissimmee
Okay.
this spring, and it just kept talking to me.
Is
So-
this at the Mecum auction?
Yeah, and I looked at it for 8 days, and then when it came up on the block, I was sitting on my hands, and I lost control.
Just reflex?
Reflex.
And
So anyway, I bought
did you
it.
drive it back?
Oh shit, no!
Pull this up a little closer.
It's got a 4,000 stall converter in it.
Oh
I mean, it's totally impractical.
But you know
But
what?
it's a
Fun.
hoot. It's a hoot. It's a hoot.
It's a
I
hoot
bet
to
it
drive.
is. I bet you're fun at some of these kid get-togethers that they have around town. Have you taken to any of those?
No.
No?
It's been to nothing. I mean, it was an unfinished project. The story behind it was actually built in the Morgan McClure Motorsports
Oh wow.
shop in Abingdon, Virginia.
Pretty impressive group building the car.
by
yeah.
Larry McClure.
And he just built it because he didn't have anything to
he
do one
had
weekend.
several
Projects?
several cars that
Yeah.
and this is a little bit unfinished.
But I know, but that to me, that's part of the attractiveness of the car.
Well, you aren't paying the bills.
Well, no, I'm not.
And he's not volunteering to either.
No, I'm not. But do you not find that attractive? The fact that it is kind of a little rough around the edges?
Well, what they did very well. I mean, it's a frame off, rust-free car.
And a Bel Air. where typically most people are going Impala, and the Impala's got a little bit more of the fastback look to it, where the Bel Air has got more of the
kind of a dropped off.
yeah. I don't want to call it a notchback, but more of a conventional rear glass of it.
Well, the two cheap versions were the Biscayne and the Bel Air.
Bel Air.
And primarily the difference between the two is an upgraded interior, upgraded seat covers basically, and they went to carpet instead of rubber, So
Yeah.
it's not.
You don't find that attractive? What are you going to do? You're going to fix it all up?
Well, it doesn't need a lot. The brakes. The brakes scared me. The way they had it set up was because the engine makes no vacuum.
Right.
So, what?
You
The second time I tried a hard stop,
It didn't.
well, no, I blew the stop sign. But anyway, and sucked some holes in the seat. But anyway, I went to a hydro boost system, got rid of the vacuum.
Right.
They had auxiliary vacuum pump. It just didn't make enough vacuum.
Right.
So
So you
anyway,
put the Willwood Hydro Boost, or
Yeah,
is this
yeah.
one right off a truck?
no, this is
Willwood.
Willwood.
See,
Anyway,
I guess what
what
attracts me to it is this is a car that my generation growing up and in high school, that's something that we would have aspired to.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was raw, but it had tons of power and could burn the rear tires off of it at a New York minute.
yeah, you can still get a 427 in those things, and
Back then, yeah.
but this thing is. I haven't done a lot to it. I'm trying to figure out how to put AC on it, but I'm not sure I can keep a belt on it. Right?
Well, there is
Yeah,
that.
that kind of RPM.
But, I mean, do you really want AC in it? See, that's part of the attraction.
We'll ask you in August.
Yeah, well, I will have tried and either succeeded or failed. Right?
Well, I'll bet you a phone call to Vintage Air would
Yeah,
solve that
some sort
problem.
I've already got the compressor. I just got to figure out how to
How to
How
run
to
it.
turn
get it
it
on there.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd look at an electric motor or
Is it single
something.
V belts or is it serpentine?
it's single groove V belts.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'd look for an electric
That's
motor to
the
drive
raw
that thing.
stuff.
I'm trying to keep it like it was built as much as I can.
Absolutely.
It's got 3-inch exhaust all the way back, and it's noisy as heck. And
Yeah,
See,
we,
it
we heard
sounded
you come
great.
in.
It was
kinda-
gorgeous.
It,
It's,
definitely drew all of our attention as
I
you
mean,
drove
the heads are phenomenal. Guys that and you can still buy the SB 2.2s from a couple places, and they use some used and some used and some new components. But the guys that buy them for drag racing, they use an aftermarket block to in 440 cubic inches or so, because those heads
Flow that well.
so much. They're high dollar heads.
Listen, that car just sings to me.
It
Just like
does.
it did to you at the Mecum auction.
Well-
And that hand came out from underneath your butt going, I'll take that.
Stupid.
Well, yeah, it was. But it's okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Totally
I'm
unique car.
Do you have any other cars in your collection?
Well, I got a '67 Impala that you saw the last time, the one with the LS6 in it.
Oh, yeah.
He went to Louisiana and got it.
Yeah.
That was my Natchitoches buy.
And?
We had it here. I've still got my '78 Malibu, and I've still a wagon, and I've still got my '71 GMC Sprint.
See,
GMC Sprint.
but this is the car.
GMC's version
that's
of the
my-
El Camino.
That's
Yep.
my Ralph and Son Sprint.
Okay.
So anyway.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we I think we spoke to you about that.
yeah, we did.
Chickasha, Oklahoma.
Chickasha, Oklahoma. And
See,
it's-
you don't have a problem at all going out of town for finding what you want.
Only my wallet restricts me.
Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah,
It
we all have
it is in good sense.
There is not a car out here that it makes sense financially. Really.
Oh,
Oh, they all do.
Well, you justify stuff.
That's right.
That's right. That's
And
it.
the older you get, the weaker you get, I think.
Correct. Yeah. And, I mean, you only go around once, so let's just go for it.
Yeah.
But-
this car was actually parked in 2010. Was built 2009, 2010. I've got the engine build information. I got the book. Teddy McClure, Larry McClure's brother, actually oversaw the engine build. So I've got all the specs on the engine. I've got
Well, that's rare, though.
I
You
got
normally
the,
don't get that.
I know it makes 675 to the wheels.
Wow. And you sit here and you look out there at that car. It is so straight, and it's got meat under the back of it. You know, it's not really tubbed, I don't guess, because there's not that much meat there. But it just looks like, it looks like the trunk ought to be full of moonshine, and you ought to be hooking them down the highway.
I kept the 15-inch wheels that were on it. And they're old school American racing wheels.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
And you
Looks
can
good.
only get so much tire under it anyway. I mean, 275, 50, 15s. But they go with the car. You know, they just
Right.
fit.
They fit. They fit the.
They just fit.
And it's not a car that you're going to show up somewhere and see another one. I mean,
that's for sure.
Well, not just in the modifications you've done to it, but a '68 Bel Air you're just not going to see brought to a show in most cases, unless it's a Super Chevy show or something like that.
You know, it's fun, and I'm probably 8 or 10 grand away from getting it done.
Well, let me just say this. It may not be finished to you, but it drew our attention to the point that you're back on the car show with us.
Oh, I'd get in and drive it, but it's not. It's noisy as hell.
I know.
On the inside?
Oh, yeah.
I think on the inside.
I mean, it's got solid motor mounts, and it's not.
Solid motor mounts.
It's rough around
the
the
motor's
edges.
bolted to the frame.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There's no isolation.
It's rough around the edges. It's something that we would have built back in high school.
Oh yeah.
And here we are at our age going, I'll go that route again. Absolutely. And my buddy Ross Putnam with the 55 Chevy and the race engine that was in it, it was bolted to the frame. The car was
With a
red, but the
chain.
whole front end was flat black. The interior, flat black. No carpets, no nothing. Didn't even have a roll bar in it, although that
Probably
was in the
painted
plans.
with a rattle can too.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It
Yeah.
was definitely rough around the edges. But oh, my gosh, the sound that came out of that car, mwah, it was sweet, baby. That's the kind of stuff that was fun.
That's what we
Yeah,
did. You
I had
put
a-
all your money in the motor.
I had
Right.
I had a '67 Barracuda fastback with a punched out 440 and
Oh, my
4-speed
gosh.
and fender well headers, and well, that's about as practical as that one.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
And a really stiff clutch, and every time my wife drove it, when she shifted, she'd disappear onto the dash. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that left thigh was twice as big as the right one.
She said, "Don't make me drive that thing."
Yeah. Well, I mean, but that's the fun stuff. I mean, that's what to me that's what hot rodding and cruise-ins and fun on a Saturday night at the drag strip is all about.
Yeah.
That's why you bring it out to an event like this, because it's not just us who've been attracted to it, because it's parked right in front of us. We've watched so many people stand around that car and look at it.
Well, they can't figure out whether it's a big block or a small block, and they think, well, it's got different heads. Well, yeah, it does.
No, there's something different
So
about
has it got stock valve covers on it?
It's
I
got
mean-
stock SB 2.2s. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a motor they pulled off the line.
Well, I thought that the paint job was rougher than that. The paint job looks
paint
pretty
job
darn
is
good
No,
to
no.
me.
Man, it's very straight.
No,
Looks very good.
That car is as nice underneath as it is on top.
Wow. Yeah. Of course, when you pulled in this morning, it was a little dark.
Well,
And I had a Bloody Mary already, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a couple when I get done here.
Okay.
and,
But anyway,
and everything you drive by rattles when that car drives by.
it's loud.
But what I like about it, it's subtle. It's not.
It's
You
as
know-
subtle as a sledgehammer.
Well, I
It's
mean,
long
subtle
as
when it's parked.
Until you
That's what I'm
start.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
When it's
yeah.
running and in motion, it's not very subtle.
No.
but it's not like that red 57 sitting next to it.
When you pass somebody doing 80 and they're looking,
Yeah. That sounds like something
then
that I
they
heard on
tail you,
Sunday
and then they
afternoon
pull up
on
alongside
CBS.
and
Yeah.
all that crap. Anyway.
Yeah.
No.
Well, tons of fun.
Yep.
Yeah, and we want to hang with you more, so you can invite us over to the garage any Saturday that you want, and we'll come out there and we'll do a. Yeah, exactly. We'll
right.
zoom in.
We can do that.
Yeah, please do
We ought
that.
to do that.
All right.
In fact,
So please do that. Hey,
Hey,
thank
before
you.
you
We
get
really
going-
appreciate it. All right. Let me look at my notes. I don't even know where we are. Let's see. 8:45.
We're at Tailpipes and Tacos in Katy, Texas.
Thank you.
Not on the Katy Freeway, but in Katy, Texas.
Thank you, Mike.
For all of you that may think we're on the Katy Freeway,
Thank you,
we're
Mike.
not on the Katy Freeway.
No, we're not on the Katy Freeway. We're in Katy, Texas. We're on
And
99, the
people
Grand
really have to-
Parkway.
one of these days, people will understand why we focus on that, because Don had a date who Ubered to the wrong Lupe Tortillas.
Yeah, on the Katy
And
Freeway.
boy, was Don in trouble when
That's
she got
right.
here.
And you know what? I don't think I've spoken to her since. She was pissed.
Yes, you have.
The damned Uber bill
Yeah,
was
but you
like
ain't spoke to her much.
$85.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, there's that. Hey, I want to remind you that Gulf Coast Racing Series, Roundy Round, asphalt racing at its best, Saturday night, April 3rd at Houston Motorsports Park. And tickets are on sale for the 34th annual Mopar Express Lane NHRA Spring Nationals presented by Pennzoil. May 21st through the 23rd, we will be there.
Yeehaw.
Yeah. Thank you, Seth Angel, for inviting us back. I don't know why he keeps inviting us back, but he did, and we're going to go. So there's that. And in addition to that, we are going to have a special Friday broadcast prior to the NHRA race.
That's right.
At the Houston Auto Show. Yes, it's going to happen this year, which was a surprise to everybody, I think.
Yes.
And it's going to happen on Friday, May the 21st.
That's when our show will be there.
That's when our show will be there. It will be open the 19th through the 23rd.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're going to do a special broadcast on that Friday, the 21st. And then on the 22nd, we're going to go out to the drag race, the NHRA Spring Nationals out in Baytown at Houston Raceway Park.
Road trip.
Road trip. Two road trips back to back, Friday and a Saturday. Oh, my God. That Friday is going to be noon, I think, is what we're shooting for. On
Noon
that.
to 3.
Noon to 3.
So you have to be there, David.
Please, we're begging you.
We're begging you.
Because it's going to be craziness. Because we got to pack it all up, all this remote stuff.
Now, where is this? Where's the physical
George R.
location?
Brown.
George,
Yeah.
no.
I don't know.
No, it's over there at where the football.
NRG Center.
NRG. That's it.
NRG.
Oh, I'm
NRG
sorry.
Center.
I've got the right place in my head. The wrong place came out of my mouth.
That's been known to
Center.
happen before.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's not the only thing.
Hey.
All right.
So, and then we got Tailpipes and Tacos coming up again next month.
Next
on the
month.
3rd
That's
Saturday.
on the 17th. Yeah. I have some features that I've been kind of saving up, and I'll let you guys pick. I have 3 to choose from. We have, which one of these 4 early 60s compacts would you choose for your dream garage? Or 5 tips for keeping your garage organized. Or OBS, Task Force, GMT, Square Body, your guide to keeping GM full-size pickup nicknames straight. So which one of the 3 would you like?
Compact cars.
Compact cars.
Because I imagine that's going to be I haven't read your article, but
Well, it's not my
Falcon.
article. This is from Hemmings.
Falcon, Nova, or Chevy 2, and Valiant or Dart.
Valiant.
Valiant.
I knew somebody that had a Valiant, and he was embarrassed to drive it. It was his mother's hand-me-down in high school.
They were the most perfect beaters because it didn't matter what you did, you could not hurt that slant 6.
The only thing you could do is total the car, pretty much. So, most of Detroit's manufacturers had a long habit of thinking big. Big cars with big cabins that offered a plethora of plush accommodations. There were others.
Plush.
There were others, though, who tried to fill a niche market for decades, offering compact cars with utilitarian passenger compartments at an attractive, affordable price. Compact cars, however, were viewed more as a novelty or a not-so-necessary second car for confined city dwellers. Mom. That is until the recession of 1957 hit. Suddenly, economy, in purchase price, optional costs, and maintenance seemed like a smart move, coupled with a growing number of sales attained by the smaller, sprightly cars from overseas. The Curiosities became mainstream models, and more than one manufacturer decided it was time to take a second look at the segment. So, Hemmings did this for us, and we appreciate it. How about the 1962 Rambler convertible, costing $2,344 new, or $20,000 today?
It's a Rambler, wasn't that the ad?
Yeah, it came with a standard fuel-sipping but sprightly 90 horsepower, 195 cubic inch 6-cylinder engine, and 3-speed manual transmission. Price today, $16,900.
Oh gosh,
believe it or not. A Rambler today. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Or how about, let's see, there's another one here. How about Buick, Olds, and Pontiac? The compacts arrived in 61, all based on a modified Corvair chassis. Oldsmobile called its interpretation the F-85.
And you could actually get an F-85 in 61 and 62 with a turbocharged, alcohol-injected V8. All aluminum V8.
My buddy Ross Putnam, the guy that had the 55 Chevy I was telling you about earlier, well, his mom's hand-me-down was the Buick-designed version of that.
And that had the 215 V8 in it
215 V8, good for 185 horsepower in the Cutlass. Cost then $2,694.
And with the turbocharger, it put out 215. I did not realize. I just learned something that was built off the
Corvair chassis.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
But I do know that the Pontiac version, the Tempest, had a rear transaxle in it, where the Buick and Oldsmobile had a transmission bolted to the back of the engine, where the Pontiac version, it had independent rear suspension and a rear transaxle. Do you know why I know that?
Because you had one.
No. What was the My Cousin Vinny? Remember the movie My Cousin Vinny? And it was leaving the Positrack streaks on the end?
Anyhow. Well, you can buy that at auction today for about $16,000. How about, here you go, John Hovis, I hope you're listening. The 1960 Dart, the Dodge Dart. It helped wrangle over 306,000 buyers.
Wow.
And having watched Plymouth corral over 194 compact car consumers, with its also new for 1960 Valiant.
Well, the first year of that car, the Plymouth version, Plymouth had planned on naming it the Falcon, but Ford beat it to the trademark licensing for their Ford Falcon. And the first year, I don't even think they had a name for it. It didn't come out with the Valiant until the second year of production.
Let's not forget the 1961 Lancer 770. Oh, God. I had a friend of mine. It was his mother's hand-me-down.
Oh, gosh.
What a POS. Motivating the Lancer was the venerable 170 cubic inch slant 6.
Yep.
And it had, I think, a push
button automatic.
Yep. You can buy that car today for about $19,000. Well, that was a trip down memory lane.
Well,
Hope
but you left out the Ford Falcon.
Well, it's not in here.
Well, that's unusual because the Ford Falcon was...
Well, you got 4 cars. Pick 4. This guy picked 4. I just read 4. And yes, I agree with you. The Falcon.
Ford Falcon would have been
the Ford Falcon, was the original Mustang.
The chassis was 64.5 Mustang.
Correct.
And then you get the Chevy 2 back then as well. So there was more than just those 4.
I know, and most people don't believe that. That car is the Ford Mustang. Yes, that's it. So,
and the Ford Falcon back in those days, you could actually get the 289 in it as well. I don't know if you can get the hypo in it, but I know you can get it.
No, not in 64. There wasn't anything. You had the 289 regular 289 2-barrel,
and that was their Ranchero chassis as well.
Yes, it was. I forgot about that. Yep. Okay, time now for some of the stories making news headlines this week. Speaking of Ford, this is the no chips story.
Oh, gosh. What a nightmare this is.
Well, Ford Motor Company has begun building some 150 pickups and Edge crossovers without certain electronic modules due to the ongoing semiconductor shortage and parts disruptions following last month's severe winter weather. Automakers said it would build and hold affected vehicles for a number of weeks, then ship them to dealers once modules are available and it can finish comprehensive quality checks. Sure, that's what it is.
That's the right place to get the quality check.
The F-150 pickup redesigned for the 2021 model year is the nation's top-selling vehicle and a key profit driver, needless to say,
Ford, trucks.
for the automaker. It's built at plants in Michigan and Missouri. News comes the same week GM announced it was building certain 2021 light-duty full-size pickup trucks without a fuel management module, hurting those vehicles' fuel economy performance.
And that's that active fuel management, so that's where the cylinder cancellation system.
Additionally, Ford Thursday said it was canceling the Thursday evening shift as well as both Friday shifts at the Louisville assembly plant. The factory builds the Ford Escape and Lincoln Corsair crossovers.
And
this chip thing is, people don't really take it seriously, but it's serious. Every manufacturer across the globe is having to cut production, which means that you're not going to have what you normally would see on a dealership lot for sale.
Correct.
You're just not going to be there.
And that's going to impact their income, and it's got all the manufacturers scared chipless.
And they're chipless. Good. I like that. Two small niche auto brands scored top marks in the industry's major dealer service satisfaction survey. Compact car maker Mini scored the highest among mass market brands in J.D. Power's 2021 U.S. Customer Service Index study released Thursday. Among luxury brands, Porsche grabbed the top spot, reclaiming the segment crown from Lexus. Despite a year of operating challenges and disruptions that roiled the industry, consumers' overall satisfaction with dealer service visits actually rose 10 points. The J.D. Power report found the improvement occurred as stay-at-home orders during the coronavirus pandemic tapped the brakes on service lane traffic.
Well, and a lot of dealers changed their processes for service drive traffic and how they handle customers, including home pickup and deliveries.
While nearly all luxury brands saw an uptick in satisfaction scores this year, Hyundai Motor Company's Genesis brand accelerated the fastest, up 30 points from its debut on the CSI list last year. Alfa Romeo, which also made it onto the list for the first time last year, trailed the pack, rising 5 points with a score of 797. The CSI study assesses consumer satisfaction with service at franchise dealers or independent service facilities for maintenance or repair work in 1 to 3 year old vehicles that are owned or leased. Okay. Well, that's it for this segment of In Wheel Time. Quick break now. You're on the In Wheel Time show. More after this quick break.
Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's premier Cruize-in, and you're invited to join in. Whether you're a cruiser or spectator, Tailpipes and Tacos is the place to enjoy made-to-order breakfast tacos, fresh coffee, and mingle with Houston's fun car people. Mark your calendar for Saturday, April 17th for Tailpipes and Tacos at the Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant in Katy, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Tailpipes and Tacos is free and everyone is invited. You'll see collector cars, hot rods, customs, magnificent originals, and resto mods all at one location. Cars from all over Southeast Texas cruise in and show off in a friends and family event at the Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 in Katy. Drag racer, car enthusiast, and Lupe founder Stan Holt brings you Houston's hottest cruise-in, Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, April 17th, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Lupe's in Katy. The In Wheel Time Car Show will be there too. Get your ride ready, and we'll see you at the Tailpipes and Tacos Saturday morning cruise-in, April 17th, 8 to 11 a.m. at Lupe's in Katy, weather permitting. Is your business or company looking to stand out in a crowded advertising market? Looking to reach the real auto enthusiast? Well, you found it. You're listening or watching In Wheel Time, and so are your fellow enthusiasts. The In Wheel Time Car Show now reaches 500,000, and we can put together a marketing plan that will engage them in your product, business, or service. To get the tires rolling, just shoot us an email to our marketing director, Jeff Zekin. His address is jeff@inwheeltime.com. If you're in charge of your company's small, medium, or large business anywhere in the U.S., let the On Hold Company help you retain customers and promote your business on your telephone system. Promote special sales or company info when placed on hold. The On Hold Company provides custom on-hold messages with professional male or female voices, licensed background music with no long-term contract, no monthly recurring bill, and updates your messages as needed. Call the On Hold Company at 713-223-HOLD or go to onhold.net. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.